Hey, federal employees, this update matters. Please stick with us to the end. Double tap if you agree to help get the word out. So a new draft legal opinion from OMB, that's the White House budget shop, is trying to shake up what you thought was settled. It claims furloughed federal employees may not be guaranteed automatic back pay after the shutdown. We're going to break down what that memo argues and why the law, history, and practice, we think, point the other way. And feel confident about that. So what OMB's draft is saying in plain English, they read the 2019 back pay law to require that Congress explicitly write back pay into whatever bill ends the shutdown. If that language isn't in there, OMB argues retroactive pay for furloughed employees wouldn't be legal. They still accept that accepted employees who work should be paid. Now here's what the statute actually says. When Congress passed the statute, they amended the Anti-Deficiency Act so that both furloughed and accepted employees, quote, shall be paid, end quote, for the shutdown period at the earliest date possible after the lapse ends. The phrase OMB attaches onto, quote, subject to the enactment of appropriation acts ending the lapse makes more sense as a timing clause, not as a conditional loophole. Why OMB's reading is legally weak? Here are 5 points you should know. First of all, words matter. Shall be paid is mandatory. The subject to clause is most sensibly read as a trigger, not a veto. If Congress intended to re-enable case-by-case reauthorization, they would have drafted that plainly that way. They didn't. Statutory structure. Congress grouped furloughed and accepted together. Splitting them now undermines how the law was designed. Courts generally disfavor interpretation that render parts of the law meaningless or inconsistent. Purpose and legislative intent. When the law was debated, lawmakers framed it as ending the shutdown pay uncertainty once and for all. OMB's turnaround clashes with that narrative. Agency reliance and precedent. Until just now, agency guidance uniformly said both groups would be paid retroactively as soon as possible. OMB quietly removed that from its shutdown guidance while OPM still affirms the original reading. You can't flip a fundamental promise like that without a reasoned explanation, the argument would go. Next, appropriations mechanics. Yes, the Constitution demands appropriations to spend money, but when Congress reopens government, they restore the agency's salary accounts. The law gives that obligation. The reopening bill gives the extra funds. Requiring an extra back pay clause each time distorts how appropriations normally work and would set up chaos. What could happen if OMB holds the line? Well, the next shutdown-ending bill could turn into a battleground. Will Congress explicitly reauthorize back pay or leave it open? Expect a wave of legal challenges if furloughed employees are denied retro pay. They could land in the Court of Federal Claims, which could get complicated, or in federal courts, that could be a little messy. Conflicting guidance is already creating chaos, though. OPM still speaks in guarantees. OMB just scrubbed them. Agencies' employees will be stuck in limbo unless Congress or courts intervene. The bottom line, our take here is the cleanest, strongest reading of the 2019 statute is that both furloughed and accepted employees must be paid promptly after the lapse ends. OMB's draft interprets a timing phrase as a trapdoor to deny pay. That's textually weak, clashes with legislative purpose, upends reliance, and risks chaos during broad shutdown. So that's my initial legal take. We're curious about your thoughts. Do you agree this is a risky reinterpretation? Do you see something we're missing? What are your thoughts about this entire shutdown altogether? Please drop your perspectives below. And thank you everybody for your support. Take care and have a good day.